Thank you, Dr. Riaz. Mr. Chow, good for me, to be honest, like I can relate a lot to your story because I am doing this transition myself. Like I'm an electrical engineer, used to work in capital project construction projects. Now I decided to follow data. So how difficult was your transition from your old knowledge, your old job, and spending 4 years studying accounting or finance, then going to something new like data and digesting new technologies and approaches? And was it rewarding in the end?
Actually, right. Honestly, that's a great question because I'm sure if you have Asian parents, you will know that they will be asking, "Oh, why you spend all these years doing accounting, and then all of a sudden the change paths and everything." So for me, I am very thankful that I have friends and family who are very supportive, and then I have great friends who are doing startups, and also they're actually very in touch with the data world, and then do AI related consulting. So that has helped me a lot. But then I think apart from that, actually a lot of it boils down to how interested you are in the topic. So for me personally, even though I'm not directly educated, like for example in computer science or engineering, I can relate to a lot of concepts. Actually, a lot of it is actually the logic behind it. So all the syntaxes for coding, this is the part where I think vibe coding has kind of solved it right now for AI. So you kind of don't have to code anymore a lot of times. Like Cursor and VS Code with the GitHub inline suggestion, you kind of don't have to code anymore because it actually goes through a lot of the GitHub scripts and tell you what you need to code. So I would say the transition, a lot of it comes down to actually putting in the hours, because I'm sure right now you are working. So to plug in the hours after you work, it is really a challenge, I would say, because 9 to 5 and sometimes even like 8, 9, then only you get back home around 10, and then you have to work with assignments, take meetings and everything, and also you have to do master's project and everything. So I would say, be ready to spend more hours than you think you would, because weekends especially, I was thankful that I can still manage it because I do use a lot of productivity tools to organize my life so that I can keep myself on top of things. But I would say it is very doable for someone that they're still starting their career. So yeah, I would say make the leap, and also more importantly is you really have to don't be afraid to kind of like disappear a bit, because your friends may not see you that very often, but then just understand that you're actually working on something great for you, for personally. And then it is actually very rewarding to me, because I can see a lot of opportunities with this technology where you can free up a lot of your resources. Like for example, some one of the key projects that I'm doing right now is automating the dashboard, in which historically people has been inputting data every single month. So that takes up around 1,000 man hours every year, which is equivalent to around a few months of time. So if you can create something like that, this is only the entry level, and you can create something even greater after this. Okay, yeah, that's it. Thank you.
That's great. Thank you. I think we have another hands up. Okay, a few hands up. See, I told you. Okay, so yes, go ahead, Miss Velveli. Yes, please.
Hi, Mr. Chua. Actually, I'm also choosing switching from actuarial science background to AI or cloud data engineering. I want to land in such jobs, but then I keep seeing job posters asking for like 3 to 5 years experience. Like, if you were in my shoes, right, what would you focus on? Like, how should I tackle this?
Again, another great question. Actually, right, I think the world is kind of changing this in a bit in terms of what are the kind of requirements that you need. But then, since you are transitioning from actuarial, it will be easier for you to go to an insurance company and work on data related projects, because you do have that background, the basis to begin with for the statistical understanding. But then, if you really want to work on something that is tech related and nothing to do with insurance or any form of actuarial science background, I would say work on projects, because projects is the way for you to demonstrate how good you are. So even though there is a requirement for 3 to 5 years, but then do expect yourself to land in junior roles instead of go to a senior directly, because there will be people who have already been in that role for 2 3 years and then they promoted to senior. So I would say, in a way, you kind of have to bite the bullet a bit, because you can't really, you know, expect yourself after getting masters straight away become a manager somewhere. Like, I mean, that is, you know, if that works out for you, great. But then I'm sure we need to be more, you know, realistic, like in certain cases. So if you're working a job right now, maybe you can expect a bit of pay cut, like just to get in that kind of roles. But if you do have the expertise and you do have the interest to develop this career, I'm sure you go far. Yeah.
Thank you, Chow.